My name's Darren. I'm a transport manager, and a couple of years ago, I was having some real challenges with communicating and integrating with my peers, and I'd made some really quite glaring mistakes, and then I'd made some less obvious mistakes, and I'd had my confidence really knocked, and I could tell when I was speaking with my colleagues that I wasn't coming off very well, but I couldn't tell what I was doing wrong. I just knew that I was doing something wrong from the way that they were behaving with me and reacting to what I was saying. And so I became more and more nervous and anxious about meeting with either my peers or my seniors, and then I became very reluctant to meet with high level management or high profile customers, and I recognised this was halting my progression, let's say. And so I searched for some training to help me overcome these barriers, and I found a course online called the Polished Professional. I enrolled with the British School of Excellence and I attended the course, took a lot of notes, and then once the course was over, I applied the teachings to my day-to-day life. And it was about 2 weeks before I felt a positive change. And ironically, it was the technique that I thought that would be the least effective that bore the first fruit. And so after reciting positive affirmations and gratitude every day for 2 weeks, I really felt inside a change in my confidence. I suddenly felt more self-assured, more ready to deal with people. And then I got my first opportunity to put into practice the teachings around 3 or 4 weeks in. I had a meeting with some senior managers, and I came in confidently, eye contact, shook hands, went very well, and I left it really on a high. So in the next time we had some senior management staff down or some VIPs, I made it a point to volunteer myself to join in, and again, really well. And the next time was the same, really well. And so it immediately had a positive impact on the way I conducted myself. And I felt, because it went so well, I'd sort of gotten my confidence back a little bit, and I really wanted more exposure to these kinds of interactions. And so I volunteered to start going out and meeting all the customers. And at the time, we had a bit of a PR problem that we were looking to address. And so our department was the lowest scoring on a customer satisfaction poll, and we were going out to try and resolve that. And so I went and met with all of the customers, and I stress this point entirely. I met with the customers, I sat with them, we drank tea, we talked, and then I left, and we changed nothing about the operation. And in around about 3 months, we went from being dead last to being first or joint first, and we stayed first or joint first from that moment until I left, which was not long after. So I'd come to really the natural conclusion of my tenure with that business, and I went to market to see what was available. And at the time, my wage was at the upper edge of the bracket of what I would expect to be paid for my position. But despite that, through the interviews that I had for the next role, I negotiated a 37% increase in overall pay. And so I'm now around about 12 months after my initial training with the British School of Excellence, and all of the problems that I had in communicating with people at any level, all of those problems are now gone. And not only are those problems gone, I've seen a return on my investment of the Polished Professional, financially alone, of 16,500%. Now, if that was a stock, that would absolutely be on the front page of the newspaper. And if it was a stock, then, and someone told me it was 16,500% in the first year, I wouldn't believe them. But that's exactly what's happened. And I tell you, the improvement that these techniques have had on my life are absolutely immeasurable. Absolutely immeasurable. I'm so much more positive, outgoing, and engaging now than I was before I took the course, that I wish I took it earlier. So thank you again, Philip and Leanne, for taking the time out to share with me your knowledge and lessons. Take care.